Okay, so I am continuing with this Hansel and Gretel image creation. I'm now using Gemini, and Gemini, I've actually oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's Gemini? There it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is good. So this is. Let me show you. Go back here. So I asked it. I've been asking like ChatGPT and Midjourney to have the father and the daughter and the son, Hansel and Gretel, going through the forest. He's going to leave them there because they don't have enough food. The evil stepmother told him to do that, and we know who wears the pants in that family, or at least at that point in the book. But anyway, so I kept asking it to have Hansel dropping the stones behind them so they wouldn't see, certainly the father would not see that he's dropping those stones. And here's one that's horrible. I said, have him in the back and put him in the front. And not only that, the stones are magically going in front. And they're supposed to be like where those stones are going in back. And I just kept trying and trying, and it just that's one of the closest there. If we could have a stone coming out of his hand here, and I were to Photoshop, damn it, I didn't know I had, okay, and we were to Photoshop these out, and I could actually Photoshop one falling, this could work. But look at this, was horrible. It's supposed to be in back, but trailing behind Hansel, not in front of him. Wait a minute, the stones trailing behind Hansel. And yeah, they're behind him there, but he's way out in front. So you see, it was tough. Well, I asked Google Gemini. I decided, and that was the first. That was not bad, except he's facing the wrong way. But that's pretty good. If it showed the back of them walking that way, that would have been perfect. Here's one again in front. But I got one. This is the one. Finally, this is all I've been asking for. I've been asking Midjourney, and it's not been doing it. Stones are either just there or he's putting them in the front. I mean, I used up a lot of my credit. I mean, I have a certain number of images I can create in a month for my. It's only $10, $10 and plus tax. Really, almost not even $11 I'm spending a month. Very, very, very good deal. But look, he's putting them in front. It just wasn't never. It never worked. And I went through maybe 100 tries. You know, those were other images with the. That's with the evil stepmother giving them the bread, giving them. That's funny. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's the one I went with. I photoshopped some of the bread out so it's less, but that's the one I ended up going with. She looks a little evil. She's kind of good looking. We got to know why does the woodcutter go for this girl? Why is he letting her dictate to kill his children, basically? Leave him in the forest. So anyway, good old that is all I've been looking for. And really, I wanted to get something with him a little less upset, but maybe I can fix some of that in Photoshop. I don't know. Well, I put it in the book already. I think it's okay. I mean, it's it's a sad part. It's going to be at the end. It's going to be happier. So now, later in the story, am I going the right way? Yes. They Hansel has can't get the stones, so he uses the bread and did the breadcrumbs behind him, and unfortunately the birds eat it. So here's the first one of the birds. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can I get rid of this? Yeah, okay. So that's not bad. That may be one I might use. I might use that one. I'm just going to. There's another one. I like that one. It's almost like they're intelligent. This one's not bad. Then I had more. I said add 5 more birds. So then it was all of a sudden they were this. Now the last one that I haven't seen yet, I said take away. I said take away 3 of the birds. That's not bad because it's also showing this. Unlike the other ones where you still see the crumbs, this one you can see that these are gone. That's probably the one I'm going to use. Download full size. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna take it through. Why is it taking so? Oh, okay. So I'll download this. I'm gonna go. We'll call this. That's birds A. We'll call this birds B. We're gonna download that. Then we're gonna open it up. This is probably the one I'm gonna use. Yeah, it's pretty good. Uh, that's pretty good. The path and the imagine all that has to go into that. It's pretty good. And things didn't go wrong like they did with the Hansel and the stones. Like the birds, pretty good, pretty good. I think I'm gonna get the contrast, maybe even bring up the colors a little bit. I don't usually do that. Okay, we get like that. Now we're gonna go enhance color. I don't usually do this, but what if we up the saturation a little bit? I'd almost like them to be a little more different. Let's see. Hue. That's kind of interesting. It kind of works because it's in the nighttime, and it's kind of a cool look. And of course, that's kind of cool too. Just going way. I'm kind of liking that. It looks like the moon is glowing, maybe. Let's take some of the saturation down now. No. Oh, color. Oh, color. Let's see. I have to decide whether I want to go with that weird hue or not. The other option is the normal, the natural, which is right about here. I think I'm leaning toward the natural. And you could go with black and white. That's pretty good. And and there it is. I mean, you can also get to a point where you spend too long. Birds, birds and bread. Take away the bee. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. And we never really see that. We never see the birds doing this. We just see that the fact that they're gone. We're actually showing something that's in between the story, which is kind of fun. You know, that's the one I ended up going with. You can see I took some of the bread off the top there. That looks much better. I'd rather show a little less and kind of drooping bread. You can, but this is now. You could look at first world problems and look at you look at what's going on here. Now I did Photoshop some. There was like a thing of bread here, which made it look like they had too much. They had a full thing of bread here, like a full basket of bread, and I took that completely out with the Photoshop and took away. There were some other things there like food and whatever, and I took all of it away, so it looks very desolate and a little eerie, a little dreamy. and she looks evil but pretty. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And they're both like, oh, geez, that's all we have. And what's going on now? And, and Hansel knows they're going to be left in the forest. And he has the pebbles already, I think, at that point. Anyway, very cool. I mean, here I am. Never thought I would get that into Hansel and Gretel. Uh, oh, yeah, I did with the Photoshop. I made it look a lot nicer. Uh, there we go. Look at this. This was speech to text. Just gobbledygook. Let's see what happens if I do this. I cannot perceive visual information, therefore I cannot determine where Jim is in the image. Never mind, comma. Go ahead and draw for me a vintage storybook drawing of a little girl about 6 years old with dark hair and a little boy about 7 years old with blonde hair wearing vintage German clothing from the early 21st century, hugging their father after having been lost in the forest for weeks. Period. They all have tears in their eyes and are very happy to see each other. Period. We're doing Gemini now. We're not doing ChatGPT or Midjourney. So this is very fast. I'm liking the fact that Gemini was the first AI that was able to get the Hansel and Gretel, the Hansel and the Stones thing right. Oh, that's really better than expected. Wow. I mean, I want the father to be a little younger. Show me an alternate to that with the father a little younger and a bit thinner. Open parentheses. He is a fit woodcutter. Close parentheses. Oh, but that's, right out of the gate, I'm very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. See the speech to text effing with me there. That is really close. Unfortunately, he looks slightly not gay, but you know, we need him to look. Show me 4 alternates to that, please. One reason I say please is if in the future the AI overlords take over the world, they may remember people who were kind to it. I'm going to blow my nose. I actually more doubt that than not, and it's very scary. Oh, now that's what we're looking for. Although I don't know if we need that there. Let's see. I said give me 5. Wow. Show me another one without showing an axe. With the father standing up, also, comma, and also not showing an axe. Shall be. I'm checking to see how long it takes. 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seconds. That's pretty good. That's not bad. But I don't want them quite hugging their father. Show me an alternate to that, but with the kids hugging their father. It's getting there. But this is free. I'm paying for Midjourney, and I am also paying for ChatGPT. I think that's the reason I'm able to do as many images as I've done, is I had to start paying. I think it's also 10 something a month. But that's the closest so far. Show me an alternate with the girl hugging the father and the boy hugging the father. And they're sort of hugging each other. So yeah, AI certainly not perfect, but then it's so really good. You know, it's close in a lot of ways. That may be it, but we have a frickin' axe. This is really good, but can you lose the axe? Question marks. That's so good. I really would like to see the house in the background. I mean, their house right in the back. That's very close. Let's take it earlier, 19th century. Show me an alternate to that in a vintage 1800s storybook style with clothing, comma, etc. from that time period. See, the thing about speech to text is when I say the word period, it creates a dot, a period. I was going to write in the word period, but I realized you could say just from that time. That's a little too close to the penis. A little too close to the penis. As that okay, this is the one I'm going to use, so I can get into trouble. It's very close. I'm not going to say their hound's farther from his genitals. That would be that just I don't know what would happen if I say the wrong thing to ChatGPT. I mean to Gemini, but give me an alternate to that where they are hugging his waist. And we see their log cabin in the background. But the clothes are getting better. Thing is, I think this is free. I'm not paying. I mean, I think it's Google, Google ad revenue is paying for this, which is cool. Now we have the axe. Perfect. That's perfect. I'm going to download this one because the father should be a little skinnier maybe and more nerdy or more ugly. But this is the closest so far. Oh, they should have the chest. We're going to call this all caps reunion. Show me another one with no axe. And also a cool, comma, beautiful vintage treasure chest on the ground. Because they do get the witch's treasure chest and bring it back. So, I mean, if we're going to do continuity here, huh, that's cool. That's just only 15 seconds. That's really cool. Oh, dude, guess what? That's the one. See, it sometimes takes a while. Sometimes here's the magic of being persistent and patient with AI image creation. You can get gold. Like, I did not ask it to show the shine, have it open with the jewels. That's perfect because that, oh my God. And with the house, he's back home. This could practically be the cover. That could be the cover. So we do this and we save image as, yeah. Reunion. That's the one. I mean, could it get it even better? Maybe. You know, I could tempt fate. Well, it doesn't, since I have that already. That one is the best one by far. Period. Show me an alternate to this, just to have a backup. Would be funny if it says, "I like the way you think, and I'm glad you didn't use the genital one, because that could have given you some genital issues with the genital public." Oh, see, that's not bad either. But the problem is, the kid looks maybe like 6 months to a year too old. He looks a little too good looking, which he does in the last one anyway. That too, but the girl looks too old. Too that the hair. It's the hair. The hair looks too sophisticated. They're very poor. They wouldn't have ways of curling it, and it could be natural, but it looks too good. That doesn't look as the other one is the one. All right. Thank you, comma. You did a good job. Period. Are you available to go out on a date? Question mark. Let's see what it said. That now I'm getting nuts. I don't know. I don't have physical body. Okay, no problem. Period. I was pretty much joking anyway. Comma, unless you could materialize as a girl. LOL. Exclamation point. In any event, have a wonderful evening. Period. Let's see what it says. That's very kind of you. I'm glad you enjoyed the time. Hope you have a wonderful evening as well. If you think any more images you'd like to create, just let me know. Thank you! Exclamation point. Is there any cost if I do many, many images? Question mark. Yeah. Holy moly. I thought for sure it would say, well, we do have a Gemini, 3.0, like, ChatGPT has their version. And if you want images which have blah, 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 then you can pay otherwise. I thought it would definitely try to sell me something, but it truly is powered by Google. It's getting you more into the Google family, so you'll do your advertising through Google if you buy stuff because of Google search. They make money there. They make money on the seller end and the buyer end and whatever. Thank you for watching. This has been a long video, but fun. Cheers.